Recording.
Hi, hello, welcome to the Daily Tarot Buffet brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon in Pisces during the Capricorn season. That will be the third house. And that's going to be for most places in the world between about the third and the fifth of July, that's January, between the 3rd and the 5th of January, and give or take half a day, depending on where you are, according to your time zone, etc., so on, so have you, so on and so forth. Okay, so the third house, it's a craft talent house. Now, a lot of times it's said speech or communication. Yeah, but it has to deal with the sharpening of the intellect. So when I say craft talent, it literally is what you do with what comes your way, how you make the best of things. And it's not necessarily the path that you're given or the cards that you're dealt, but it is how you play your cards. And it also talks about your community or your network, not your larger network, but like your close people that live close to you, people that have access to you. We have the star card with the 10 of swords. So there's an illumination and awakening. We also pulled the 12th house here, which is Pisces energy. So we're taking a hard look at what we do with what comes our way and how we do things. Who we are, what we are is the second house. How we get down is the third house. And the 12th house talks about introspection energy. That's just the native house of Pisces. So we're taking the all that is and we're bringing it into our own self. Normally, Pisces energy is when things are going on behind your back, when things are going on over your head, when things are going on kind of like above your pay grade or above your level. You know, it's like when there's levels to this or layers to this, you don't always understand the highest perspective. Maybe sometimes because we don't have like a bird's eye view of things. That's what I'm getting. So we're going to understand some of the quantum reality, some of the phenomena of our life, things that have been going on, which were barely noticeable. We've noticed them for some time now, but pretty soon language is going to come into play. Something is activating according to the authority on our life, meaning the ancestors, the deities, the ascended masters, maybe even the angels. There's an illumination awakening. That's what the star card with the 10 of swords is. Finally, something is emerging in terms of like an inspiration, maybe some kind of, oh, excuse me. Maybe something is a prayer, a hope, a wish, a dream is finally being answered. To a lesser degree, the blockages, maybe the spell work or the curses that are on our destiny, that are on the calling on our life, or maybe they're lifted, maybe they're breaking. The covenant on our life also has shifted around and changed in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. Now we are going up against the energy of like repelling, repulsion, maybe. So we're standing strong, or maybe we're too powerful. Maybe our destiny is too big, too bright. I'm hearing that shine bright like a diamond. Yeah, a vision of ecstasy. So we're happy, we're joyful, we're pure, we're blissful, we're blessed. We're all eternal in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. With this moon energy here, we may even be enigmatic, I'm getting. And people are falling to their demise because of the energy. They're like vomiting on us, is the imagery that I'm getting. So, you know, this is typically hater assholes. Bless their souls, right? You know, I hope they get all the help and the healing that they need. There's something here where there's like a competition, a contestation, because they're jealous of their hater. Now, we may be failing to, you know, be our biggest, brightest, best self. There may be some kind of fear. I'm not getting that. with this Nine of Wands, what I'm getting is that, the star card is, faith, hope, optimism. It's being guided by faith, not by sight. It's a bigger, brighter, and better future. It's literally about, looking up above the horizon towards the stars into the future. It's not about this petty yeti, which you get in the Five of Wands. This is the boring, the basic, the bunk, the bottom of the barrel kind of energy. Sometimes it's a criminal, sometimes it's a demon. Literally here, it's neither. They're jealous. It's a jealousy because we're getting elevated, we're getting lifted up, we're getting plucked from obscurity, and we're coming up on the map. Or maybe something, someone, someplace slept on us. They overlooked, they overrode, they bypassed, they dismissed, they diluted, they distorted, they really mishandled, mislabeled, misjudged, misperceived, misused, mistook, mistreated in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. And then something finally emerges, Ten of Swords, something finally breaks. So the stupor, the dumb, the crazy, the loco, the stupid, it's over, it's lifted, or it's broken, or it's done. And we're asserting ourselves simply by being in our energy. Nine of Wands. And this kind of happened a few weeks ago. So the new moon is kicking off a cycle where a lot of energy that's low, a lot of energy that's slow, a lot of energy that's stupid, a lot of energy that's just lacking. They're not this tall to ride this ride. They can't really make the grade. They can't, pass muster. There's something about their energy where they're filtering themselves out. Maybe they're having a losing streak. Maybe they're vibrationally repulsive. Maybe they're not in alignment. Maybe certain things are just going over their head because they're not vibrationally aligned with whatever's happening, whatever's going on. They are kind of being ruled, regulated, restrained, restricted out or down, and they may be guilty of something, which is a lack of fair treatment or in alignment. And that this is rather strict. I'm getting a contortion field here, which just means their energy doesn't get into the situation. You know how like magnets sometimes they repel from each other? It's that kind of thing. Yeah, so there's a strictness here. We also have like Leo rising or Scorpio moon. We're strong in our transition. We're transforming. We're transmuting. And we're favored or adored, at the very least, beloved. So it's something about our energy that keeps growing into high energy, keeps growing into coveted energy, keeps growing into. So, like, whatever we're growing out of is something that there was an attachment on. We were keeping people around us that really were not going to grow with us where we were going. And there's probably a time in our life when whoever, whatever, however we were, it attracted these people into our life, or however we used to be brought us to the place that we used to be. Eshi, like it brought us to the place that we used to be. And we kept doing our work. We kept getting better. We kept evolving. We kept getting to a higher vibration. We kept increasing in momentum. Mm-mm. And I think the people around us stayed the same. Any five, especially the Five of Wands, is like an entitled, belligerent, miserly, embittered kind of. I this isn't I'm not passing judgment here, but this is the energy that kind of is hard-headed. It's kind of stuck on stupid, but not in the way of like belief, self-worth, self-value. This is like an entitled kind of way. They're not willing to do the work, to put in the time, energy, effort, and attention to increase their station, to grow their vibration. They're going to kick the can down the road. Really, they can't see blame in themselves. So this is not going to be an energy that is self-reflective. They're going to look outside themselves to kind of pick a shortcut or cut corners. And we have the Justice card here, Il Giustizia, with Cinque de Bastioni. It means Five of Wands judicate, the justice card. Especially with the Queen of Cups, it means that these are demons and they're attracted to a pure-hearted soul because they've been getting supply. And I have to say the supply with the Nine of Wands present. They've been getting supply that maybe was only supposed to be short-lived, or when they got that supply, it should have ignited something sovereign in them to be bigger, brighter, and better, to get to a higher station, to level up, boss up, handle up, G up, stand up, mature. And they didn't. They chose to allow themselves to be blocked. So what happened was there was a lever, a mechanism from the universe with this Eight of Swords. It's like rule, regulate, restrict, restrain. With the Justice card present, Judice, especially with the Judgment card about to come out, it means that it's justice. It's according to the laws of karma. That they can be guilty of something. They've already done it. With the Five of Wands and the Ten of Swords here, they've already done it, whatever they're guilty of, which means they're trespassing. Now, it's not coming out, so it's not against us. They're trespassing against themselves. Forgive them, Father. They know not what they do. Father, forgive them. They know not what they are doing. It's Luke 23, verse 34. And I remember because it's 2, 3, 3, 4. And I see that often. It's called sequential number sequence. It's not a mixed number sequence where you see like 0, 5, 0, 5 or 6, 1, 6, 1 or something. It's like it's increases in numbers. It's a sequential number sequence. Okay. So Luke's 23, verse 34, Father, forgive them, they know not what they're doing. It's a message from Jesus saying to pray for our tormentors, to pray for our enemies, to pray for the detractors, the subtractors, the ignoramus, idiotos, moranicas that are, projecting their energy our way, mean mugging us, keeping our name in their mouth, giving us the evil eye. Nine of Wands is the evil eye. I was looking at it as an entitled soul because it came out with the Five of Wands, but in and of itself, the Nine of Wands is the evil eye because eyes are on us. People are watching us. We have a public view to the public with the Star card here. It might not be that we're a service worker, that we're out and proud, out in society as a light worker, maybe YouTube, Instagram, whatever, what have you. We might not be a celebrity or whatever, but we don't go unseen, unnoticed with the Star card, unfortunately. And there is protection around it with the Eight of Swords there. Forgive them, Father. They know not what they're doing. Father, forgive them. They know not what they're doing. It means like the tormentors, they would do better if they knew better with this Five of Wands. Sometimes we'll never get the apology from that person. Sometimes the person that is speaking out, contesting our favor, they don't always know the harm that they're causing to us. They might even in their mind, and it's an unhealed, unawakened path that they're on. They might not even understand the hurt, the harm that they're causing us. They might think that we're too blessed or we're too elevated, and how can their behavior be affecting us, or even that if they think it might be affecting us, that we deserve it. But that's part of the reason that we're chosen. That's part of the reason that we're blessed. It's part of the reason that we're favored. It's because when we get harmed, we respond with love. When we get harmed, we respond with prayer for them and their illumination and awakening. We don't feel the need to retaliate. We don't feel the need to get to their level, Five of Wands. Judice, the Judgment card here. Queen of Pentacles. So again, we're not only are we beloved, but we are a golden goose. So we're highly favored, blessed, anointed Queen of Cups. We're also deserving because of our self-worth and value. We have a pair of eights here. And the High Priestess and the Cavalier Denari, the Knight of Pentacles came out. Clarifying is the Five of Swords. That means somebody tried to touch the covenant in our life. We have a double six on our side here, which means that we're blessed, chosen, favored, anointed. It's gifts, it's grants, it's charisms, it's favor, it's support. Whenever this card comes out close to that, it means that we are a priest of the divine. We are some type of service worker, we're a public servant, we're a ministering angel, we're a priest, we're a nun, we're a light worker. Okay, let me clarify this. Okay, I just got the truth card, Ace of Swords. And then, yeah, so we're sitting on some type of throne. Our power, our favor, our status, our position is being questioned by demons or criminals, people that are hater assholes, people that are low vibrational, the bottom of the bucket. If the Five of Cups would be out, I'd also say, crab in a bucket. They're bottom of the barrel. Um, yeah, because they're fallen. They've been mandated out. They've been written out of the book of life. Because that was to leave them to their own devices. They can't fit into the grand orchestration, the great design, because of their wayward heart. They're not turning towards love, they're turning towards hate. And we're here discovering that continue to act with love, continue to be love, continue to turn towards love, and to only see love when we interact with people. And we struggled getting to that path, but we took one step and put it in front of the next and put it in front of the next and put it in front of the next. Eventually, our test became a testimony. Eventually, our messes became a message. And that's part of why we're exalted to a supreme status, is we get to share this message with others to help them illuminate and awaken, to help their steps be ordered and their path be awakened back towards the resplendent grace of the divine and universal oneness and unconditional love. These people are choosing to turn towards misery and bitterment. Some of them are choosing a path of evil, sinister, and wickedness because it's too hurtful for them to play an active participatory role in their own life. They look out of themselves instead of being guided by faith and not by sight. They're having free will. They're seeing a separation. They're seeing a difference. They're turning towards the spirit of fear and the spirit of separation instead of the spirit of oneness and the spirit of love. So they're failing to mature. So we have a double justice action. I want to clarify this judgment card with the justice card, and I also want to clarify this the 8 with those 2 cards as well. Please, thank you. Yeah, okay, so we're not going without being noticed. There's eyes on us. And some people are trying to interact with us, but they have some kind of strategy agenda. They have some type of tactic or a motive, and they're coming from a low vibrational place. They're not coming out of love. Honestly, some of them have plans, so they expect us to fall into their trap, is what I just heard, but they're expecting us to fall into their plans. You see that a lot with a person that can only tell one joke, or a dude that only has like one pickup line. So when we don't react to their one little maladaptive, idiosyncratic, perfunctory tactic, perfunctory behavior, perfunctory motive, agenda, they get angry. And it might be internally directed. Internal anger is depression. External anger is rage. What is with the 8 of Swords here? Clarify the 8 of Swords, please. In context to justicia, la justicia, please. Okay. So, again, things are falling out as they should, as they may. That's part of this narrative here, that whatever is happening should be happening. It's karma. They're getting what they deserve. And what it is that they're telling the universe that they want to struggle so that they can be purified. But instead of taking a cold heart, deep look inside themselves, they're becoming more demonic in their nature. And honestly, that's a collective energy. So they're going to be picked up by the demon brigade. They're going to be recruited into the demon kingdom. And that's just how the card goes. They could have chose heaven and said they chose violence, or they chose hatred. So you get what you get, because you did what you did. Unfortunately, that's not going to work out well for them, from what I'm hearing, because they're being left to their own devices, and there's protection on us from the divine. An angel put that on us at the origin of our birth. Unfortunately, that's something that cannot be surmounted. We do need to awaken, however, because we're kind of stuck on stupid in our own right, giving love to the wrong sources. It doesn't mean that we need to not be loving. We're having this energy about us where we want to fix people or explain ourselves to people. Or I journaled something just yesterday. Let me grab it really quickly. I won't hit pause. This is about choosing yourself. You can't fix stupid and you can't heal toxic. Loving people harder does not make them love you back, and overexplaining yourself does not guarantee that you will be understood. The day that you realize this, you will be free. Free from the exhausting cycle of trying to change people who do not want to change. Free from the endless need to prove your worth to those who cannot see it. And free from the burden of holding on to what is not meant for you. Freedom comes when you accept that not everyone will love, will understand, or will appreciate you. And that is okay. It is not your job to fix, to heal, or to convince anyone. Your energy is better spent on those who see your value without you having to beg for recognition. Letting go does not mean giving up, it means choosing yourself, choosing your peace, and choosing your happiness. The truth is, life becomes lighter when you stop carrying the weight of others' opinions, others' actions, or others' lack of appreciation. You deserve the kind of love and understanding that flows naturally, not the kind that you have to fight for. That's an excerpt of some content, and I can't tell you the source of the excerpt right now. So, those who have the love flow freely is because there's a vibratory match. Real recognizes real, fake recognizes fake. That's why a thief is only going to think that other people steal. And that's why innocent people get taken advantage of a lot because they think other people have a good heart or mean well or have good intentions. Innocent people are not naive. Innocent people just believe everybody has a good heart. Naive people believe that other people also have a good nature. That's not the case. So that's part of this with the Seven of Cups. Seta Copa is telling us, like, listen, the burden on our end, the onus on our part, the accountability, responsibility that we need to take is believing that we can fix people. There's still some of that going on. And we need to let go of that. We need to let that be. Let it die, is what I just heard. Okay. When people get left to their own devices, that's a message because we've actually done all of our work and we're receiving things because of that work. And there's other people looking into that, trying to see what they can ride the coattails of, what they can lean into, copy, steal. I, I wish I wasn't saying this, but those are the hidden agenda, ulterior motives, and they're not even getting to that space, that place. They're waking up from the fact that they were stuck on stupid or drunken in a drunken stupor because they overlooked us. They slept on us. They mislabeled, mistook, misjudged, misperceived, mishandled, mistreated, misused us. And that came back with the consequence where we moved on, moved forward, living our best self, you know, and they're circling the block trying to figure out what happened because they couldn't discern that we were going to have a come up. But the thing about that is honestly, like, that was the lesson they needed to learn. That was what they needed to learn. Now, before maybe a few weeks ago, we were dealing with people that actually meant us harm. These are some of the unhealed, unawakened, not the sinister, evil, and wicked people. These are just those who are having a hard time because they're on the late end of ascension. They're a very late bloomer. It's like the iPhone came out in 2007 and they didn't get an iPhone until 2020. That's kind of like the deal here. Example, arbitrary, of course. You know, they're just on the late end of the come up, and that's how the game be sometimes. Player, you gotta move on, move forward. Sometimes you can't circle back to an old relationship thinking that you can heal that relationship. Sometimes we need to take those lessons and blessings into new relationships. And also, some of these people are expecting us to circle the block waiting for them to catch up. And that's not how it is, especially when they're dismissive. It's not our job to tiptoe around somebody's feelings if they're tap dancing all over ours. It's just the name of the game. I mean, it's kind of common sense, but you got to be at that vibration where you have that reflection and self awareness to catch those things. I'm just detecting that these people are not reflective enough. And that's very much the third house. This is what the energy coming our way. And this is what we need to navigate through in order to get to the next. If we cannot make the best out of this kind of energy, we're not going to get to the next energy. And I'll be honest, it's not about settling. It's about accepting people as they are and not feeling the need to tolerate things that aren't in alignment with ourselves. Things that disturb our spirit, we don't need to find an excuse for people not showing up adequately. We just need to realize that they're not resourced enough to show up, or they would. And that's fine. It doesn't need to be anything other than what it is. We have a double page here. I'm going to read on that. Also have a double pen. Yeah, like I was saying, so there's rejection here. And it's not the kind of rejection where you tell them to leave, to find the door and to make great use of it. It's more about like, if this isn't good enough, it doesn't meet my standards, I'm underwhelmed, I'm uninterested because this is uncompelling, non-compelling. And we have another double eight. So there is going to be like some type of, projection towards us. A lot of people think they're going to study one or two things and come at us with this whole strategy and agenda. That's not how it works. It needs to be a vibrational, energetic match. It's not going to come from some mental, logical, rational thing. Either we grow together or we grow apart. If it's not a flow, it's not a go. And if you didn't make it up the ladder with me, you're not going to be able to walk down the road with me. If you left me while I was struggling, I'm not going to want you around me while I'm succeeding. That's just the name of the game. People don't understand that. It's a very karmic thing as well. And it's part of the laws of the universe. So I did want to say the deities are interfering, interrupting, interceding. Because a lot of these people, the thing that they're feeling bad about or the lesson that they're learning and overcoming is that they used hatred on us. See, that's just the thing. The universe does not forgive when I'm going to say it this way. The universe does forgive, but not in that lifetime, not in that timeline, not in that assignment. That's a breaking of a vow. Malice and contempt. That's the breaking of a vow. So everything is hidden in those two words: lies, cheating, stealing, hatred, spell work, betrayal, all of that. That's all hidden in malice or contempt. A lot of people are projecting their energy onto the situation and they don't know really what they're doing. They don't know. It's because there's an entitlement, an embitterment. It may be the evil eye sometimes, but see, what that's going to do is give them purgatory. It doesn't always mean they'll end up in purgatorio once they, go towards judgment. It could just mean that that's a karmic debt that they're going to carry through their life and they're going to need to figure out a way to work it out. And some people do. At the end of their life, they make amends, maybe not to the person. Maybe they forgive themselves. Maybe they take they let go of that dead weight. But see, we're going to paradise, paradiso, and they're going towards purgatorio, They're going to have too much debt karmically. They're going to have too much weight. They're going to have some impurities in their aura that it's going to ban them from walking through certain doors, walking through certain portals. And that's where we're going. So we can't take them with us where they're going. They're going to need to catch up. Come through and I will dance with you. Well, honey boo, you're not gonna make it through because you still stuck on stupid, and that's what's up. Again, this came out that they're entitled, they're embittered, they're doing evil eye energy, and honestly, Tahuti and Anubis, Tahuti and Ampu are gonna have to take care of that. Um, and so the end of communication, we do need to cut them off in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. But when you cut off a person, few things. You don't cut them off so that they learn a lesson. You cut them off because you learned your lesson. And you don't tell them that you're cutting them off because they want to block us up. So we're giving them an answer instead of them having them figure out the answer and do the right thing to make it work. They're going to be really, I was saying that these aren't people trying to harm us. That energy is starting to come back because this is an energy of, see, they're spending a lot of time, energy, effort, and attention doing dirty. Instead of taking the time to better themselves, to get something going on for themselves, they're spending all that time minding our business. We're on their mind too much. They need to find them something to do. See, they're not coming with authenticity, purity, genuineness, sincerity. They're coming with some, malangria negroso. The rata cucaracha energy is what that is. They're gutter dwellers, garbage. And I wish I could say better. I want to. But you see, this energy that they're projecting our way, or how they get down, or when they do give a darn and they do try to engage and interact, unfortunately, it's very disappointing. It's not the business. And they see us about to get blessed and they want what we're having. But see, we've done what they're unwilling to do, so we'll get what they don't get to have. We'll have what they won't get to have because we're doing what they're not willing to do. We have God duties and obligations here, La Papa, Herofanta, and see, here's what they are: trespassers, Seven of Swords. And they're priestesses of stripping and darkness. So they steal, they lie, they cheat. Unfortunately, whatever it is, they're doing the dirty, they're doing the wrong. So we've been, protecting this spot because we're getting the promise of growth and abundance here. Yet it comes with changes that need to be made. We're going to have to stand spiritually strong, and we're feeling strong. We're feeling bold as well. But it does also come with a lot of changes. The Five of Wands with the Death card means that we need to make changes or the situation's going to end. If we're getting a blessing and we're having to cut some dead leaves here, trim some dead leaves here in order to get this favor. And it is around our friends and the environment surrounding locations that we inhabit, Three of Cups. That's the situation here. The crossroads that we're at is choosing to go towards abundance, choosing to go towards ease, choosing to go towards acceptance, choosing to go towards harmony, choosing to go towards lightness, choosing to allow our cups to be filled, allowing ourselves to be blessed and anointed. That's going to repel certain people. A lot of people are hiding in our shadows. A lot of people are hiding in our unhealed, unawakened, broken self. And when we look into ourselves to be bigger, brighter, and better, to handle up on our God duties and obligations, to go on the path of righteousness, to go forward into the future, being a bigger, brighter, and better self, guided by faith, not by sight, doing the right thing, being in universal alignment. It's unconditional love and the oneness vibration, and being a messenger, a vessel for the divine, to flow through, pull through, come through, stand on business. Coming hard, and doing that spiritual game, that spiritual thug thistle, that spiritual hustle. That's gonna, that's gonna repel people back because there's other people around us in our environment, surrounding location that want to be on that petty little demon-ish. I don't know what that is, what that looks like, what that's about, but it's not about doing the right thing. It's about making excuses for their station in life. It's about making excuses for being a limp, lame loser. And you don't have to stay like that, but you have to get up off it and do something about it. And a lot of people ain't gonna do no nothing. A lot of people ain't gonna be no nothing. They ain't it. They ain't ish. They ain't about it. They want to be hiding in the shadow, not being having attention called for themselves, not playing an active participatory role in their own life. They don't want to show up and navigate and negotiate the seas of time. Okay? They want to make excuses. They don't want to do their work. So they want us to choose to co-sign their BS. That's what that is. They want us to help them kick the can down the road. I want to check on this triple three. We have a pair. We have a triple queen here. Yeah, so these are people of an opposing mind. They don't want us to be chosen, but what we're choosing is heaven and the eternal kingdom. And see, what they want to do is stand on a foundation of blocking, stand on a foundation of hating. They want to sit down on the throne of hatred. Five of Swords. That's love and hate energy. And see, they're feeling triumphant because we are the last one to know. They knew better a while ago, and they saw that we were loving, caring, generous, and kind. They took that as a mark. They took that as naive. They took that as innocent and pure. They took that as stupid. Okay? As we wanted to give them an open cup, a loving heart, a generous spirit, they thought that we were somebody they could do dirty and leave behind. Okay, well they're getting exactly what they wanted, but you live by the sword, you die by it. That's how the game be sometimes, play it. So we have a pair of aces. So there was somebody with they knew better than we did. They knew better. See, they're guilty. They're being found guilty of doing what they did, so they knew it was intentional. It was intentional. So that's what this third house is about. We're coming into knowledge of what to do, how to do it, who we are, what we are. We're figuring out why things are as they are. It's because when we have good intentions and we're coming from the heart, we don't lose people, they lose us. And here's the deal, when you lose somebody but you gain yourself, you're still winning. So these are people, suspect evil until you see it not. Once an enemy can never be a friend. We reward loyalty with loyalty and disrespect with distance. That's just how that goes, and people don't understand. And we don't understand, but we're about to know. God's teaching us. Il Torre, and so we're victorious and their world is falling apart. That's what the world card and the tower card mean, especially clarified by the Hierophant and the Ten of Wands. They were digging a hole for us and it became their grave. Ten of Swords, Five of Swords. It's punishment. Danda is the Five of Wands. Danda. It's pushing a person's karma onto them. It's also getting the mark. They're getting a mark. So when they show up at judgment, their sins are going to have its own vibration. Their sins are going to speak for them. Excuse me. See, something doesn't want me to speak up and speak out. They're transgressors, trespassers, and they secured their spot because of it. There's some energy here of, so we need to know what to do with trespass. And it's to stand on our own. This reading is about learning to stand on our own because we want to make this a collaborative process. Look, I'm waking up, I'm awakening, I'm getting blessed, I'm getting anointed. You can do it too. Yeah, actually, if they wanted to do it, they'd be doing it too as well. And when we tell them about it, their response wouldn't be anger. And what's worse than that is sometimes they hide their anger. They'll smile to our face, but they'll do stuff behind our back. But God is watching you. I'm literally hearing that. God is watching you. So we're about to make a move where we really stand on our own and we lean deeper into our own self. Because it's coming to an end. There's a culmination happening. A burden is about to um, be over because they chose the wrong path. Two of Swords is a crossroad, but it's the wrong decision. Yeah. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. Today, we talked a little bit about the why and the what. The why is that we're becoming awakened and we're definitely healing. And people have been benefiting from our broken, our unhealed, unawakened self. Well, there's a covenant in our life because of our connection to the divine. And those who trespass, they're really trespassing against God. They're trespassing against ourselves. When we lose people, they're losing us, not the other way around, because we came at them with love in our heart. We came at them with pure intentions. They may perceive otherwise, they may even perceive an affront and offense, but that's not accurate. So we're learning what to do with this energy, and that is really to just withdraw, detach, move on, move forward. Detach, withdraw, move on, move forward. Detach, withdraw, move on, move forward. With love, of course. We're learning to choose ourselves. And it doesn't mean we're being selfish. It means we're preserving our energy for those who are seeking our energy, because these people are not seeking our energy, not authentically. We're getting elevated spiritually because we're finally in alignment. And it took a long time with the page of, I mean, with the, oh, it took a long time with the Nine of Pentacles because there was a lot of blockages, toxicity, darkness, negative influence. There can be Mars in Capricorn or Capricorn rising, but actually this was a delayed arrival because these are agents of the devil, honestly. We were playing with the devil and didn't even know. So, just a quick prayer to all those out there still lost in illusion, delusion, confusion, who have yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine with unconditional love and universal oneness. May you be happy, may you be well, may you be at peace, may you get everything that you ever wanted, starting with what you deserve. Ho'oponopono, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I pray that your steps are ordered, that your path is illuminated, and that you be at peace until we meet again, until we read again. Namaste, Dandavat, and Ashe. As of course, if anything I said was resonate with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. My name was Serene Priestess Abossi. I was your oracle today, and I was sent by Vertex of Abundance Temple to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon into Pisces, which was illumination over the craft. Really, our edict, what to do, what the lesson is. Take good care. Bye bye.